Good morning, students. Now we are going to see history. Chapter when, where, and how. So, first we see what is history. History na nama varalaru அப்படிம்போம் தமிழ்ல சரியா. The word history is derived from the Greek word. So, Greek word historia அப்படிங்கிறதுல இருந்து வந்தது. What is the meaning of this word? A narrative of past events. The people who study history are called historians. So here we are seeing the picture, no? Historian. Historians are like detectives who use the remains of the past as clues to unravel its many mysteries and stories. So prehistory na nama. The study of human history before writing developed is known as prehistory. எழுத்து வடிவம் வருவதற்கு முன்னால் நடந்த நிகழ்வுகளை ப்ரீஹிஸ்ட்ரி முந்தைய வரலாறு அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஸோ கேவ் dwellers of the prehistoric period used tools other than writing to express themselves. ஸோ எழுத்து வடிவம் இல்லாததுனால குகைகள் அதில் அவங்க மனதில் தோன்றுவதை வரைந்தார்கள். Painting on cave walls was one of the most common means they used to record their lives. The picture here we are seeing now, so it's a cave painting from Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, and history is recorded narrative of past events. The picture here we are seeing the Sumerian script, which is one of the oldest written languages. மிகவும் முந்தைய காலத்தில் தோன்றிய எழுத்து வடிவம். ஸோ சுமேரியர்கள் எழுதின ஸ்கிரிப்ட் அது. The invention of writing was achieved at different times in different places. In India, for example, a system of writing developed during the Harappan civilization. Thus, the period of Indian history is taken to begin around 4000 years ago. So, what is the importance of studying history? So, வரலாறு படிக்கிறதன் முக்கியத்துவம் என்ன? History shows us how things have changed over time. By relating the past to the present, history helps us understanding the present. நம்ம முந்தைய வரலாறு அதை கம்பேர் பண்ணும்போது நிகழ்வு என்ன நடந்துட்டுருக்கு அப்படிங்கிறத நம்ம உணரலாம். History helps us understand how societies and communities evolved and changed and how the society we live in came to be. So, it thus gives us a sense of identity. It tells us who we are and where we came from. So, மனிதர்கள் யார், நம்ம எங்கிருந்து வந்தோம், இதை பற்றின நமக்கு அறியப்படுகிறது. The past holds many lessons for us to learn from. Great achievements of the past inspire us. So the lives of leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, for instance, teach us the values of equality, honesty and self-respect. So இவங்களுடைய வரலாறுகளிலிருந்து நம்ம நிறைய செய்திகள் அறிகிறோம். But human actions also led to horrific events like the world wars and the Holocaust, in which millions of people died. பல மனிதர்கள் உலக போர் மூலமாக இறந்தாங்க. அதை பற்றின நிகழ்வுகளையும் நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறோம். History also teaches us about people from other cultures. So this gives us a better understanding of the world we live in. So next we are going to see about dates and timeline. For a long time, dates in history were counted from the year in which Jesus Christ was believed to have been born. His year of birth was taken as the starting point, and the period before that was referred to as BC, அதாவது before Christ அப்படின்னு. And the period after that was known as AD, அதாவது Anno Domini, meaning in the year of our Lord. Sources of history. Historians collect information from a variety of sources to reconstruct the past. Sources of history can be classified into two main groups. So, இரண்டு விதமா பிரிக்கலாம். Archaeological sources, literary sources. So, archaeological sources na என்னமா? Archaeology is the scientific study of the past based on its physical remains. Archaeological sources are important. இது முக்கியத்துவம் என்னன்னாக்கா, they are only sources for reconstructing the past where written sources are not available. So, எழுத்து வடிவம் வருவதற்கு முன்னால் நமக்கு இருந்த ஒரே ஆதாரம் இதுதான். They are helpful for verifying data found in written records. So, here we are seeing the jewel with gemstone and part made in China more than 4,000 years ago. By studying the materials and crafting methods of the remains, we can learn a lot about the social, religious, and economic lives of the people. We can also learn about technologically advanced they were. See here burial sites we are seeing. Burial sites na இறந்தவர்கள் புதைக்கிற இடம். In many ancient cultures, the dead were buried with objects that people believed might be needed even in the afterlife. These places were known as burial sites. The objects unearthed from burial sites are a rich source of information about the beliefs of that period. In Pudukkottai, the Pudukkottai region of Tamil Nadu has several burial sites belonging to the ancient period. Three types of burials are we can see here, okay. Grave burials, urn burials, cist burials. So, numismatics. So, it is the study about coins. Coins are valuable sources of information about different aspects of life in the past. From this picture and writing on coins, we get to know about rulers, the years of their reign, and the extent of their kingdoms. From the metals used for making the coins, we come to know about the economic lives of the people of that age. The study of coins is known as numismatics. We will see about fossils now. Fossils na enna? So, fossils are also important archaeological sources. They are remnants of humans, animals, or plants that have become embedded in rocks and ice over many centuries. பல நூற்றாண்டுகளுக்கு முன்பு நடந்தது. They help us understand how living beings evolved. So, this image shows a human fossils from around 60,000 years ago. So, 60,000 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முந்தைய உள்ள அமைப்பு இது. Monuments. Monuments are human made structures of historical importance. So, மனிதர்களால் உருவாக்கப்பட்டது. They are usually built in memory of a person or an event. So, இது ஒரு மனிதர்களுடைய ஞாபகார்த்தமா இருக்கிறதுக்காக இல்லைன்னா ஒரு நிகழ்வை ஞாபகப்படுத்துறதுக்காக இதை அமைப்பாங்க. Forts, palaces, temples, and tombs are examples of monuments. By studying the materials they were built of, the period when they were built, and the reasons why they were built, much can be known about the past. So, Sanchi Stupa, one of the oldest monuments in India, we are seeing here, okay. And literary sources. Literary sources of history include all written works that provide information about the past. So, அனைத்தும் எழுத்து வடிவத்தில் நமக்கு உணர்த்துகிறது. Manuscripts here we are seeing are handwritten text or documents. In the beginning, they were written on the leaves or barks of trees or dried animal skin. அவங்க முதல்ல இலைகளில் எழுதுனாங்க, அனிமல் அதாவது விலங்குகளின் தோள்களில் எழுதுனாங்க. Later they came to be written on paper. ஸோ காகிதம் கண்டுபிடித்த பிறகு அதில் எழுத ஆரம்பித்தாங்க. Picture shown above shows an ancient Indian manuscript written on palm leaves. ஓலைச்சுவடின்னு கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கோம் இல்லையா, அதில் மக்கள் எழுதினாங்க. So here is given that. Inscription are writings engraved on hard surfaces such as stones, pillars, copper sheets and graves. ஸோ தூண்கள், கோயில்களுக்கு போனோம்னா பார்த்துருப்பீங்க, தூண்களில் எழுதியிருப்பாங்க, கற்களின் மேல் எழுதியிருப்பாங்க. They help us understand the social customs of the period, trace the evolution of scripts and languages, and provide dates of major events. Edits, a type of inscription or an important source of information of ancient India. Okay. The study of inscription is called epigraphy. So literary sources are of two main types. Literary sources பார்த்தோம்னா இரண்டு வகைகளா பிரிக்கலாம், religious and secular. So religious literature என்னமா? Religious literature includes all texts that deal with religion, மத சம்பந்தப்பட்ட. These religious texts tells us about the social, political, economic and religious lives of the people of ancient India. Then secular literature. Secular literature includes all written texts that are non-religious in nature. Autobiographies, biographies, court chronicles and accounts of foreign travelers are all examples of secular literature. So foreign travelers நம்ம நாட்டுக்கு வந்து எழுதினாங்க இல்லையா, அதுவும் நம்ம secular literature உதாரணத்துக்கு எடுத்துக்கலாம். All of them are important sources of history as they give us insights into the social and cultural lives of the people at that time. So the sources of Indian history we saw together: literary sources, archaeological sources, under that coins, monuments, artifacts and objects, inscriptions, everything we discussed. So literary sources la pathina religious and secular wise we discussed. So with this we'll end this session. We will meet in the next class. Thank you children.